You asked the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're going to yell
This
at
was
me?
what I spent
You're
my
going to yell at
time
me.
doing.
I'm a survivor trying to look out for other survivors trying to
and
get to the
I
bottom
was
of it.
taking care
You
of
waited
the
6
people
months
who
to
lost
get here today.
3,000
6 months,
lives.
and now
What really happens when Washington elites are finally pressed for answers and the cameras are still rolling. Before we get into this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss real analysis of what's happening in our country. Because according to multiple accounts, things got tense, very tense, between Hillary Clinton and Nancy Mace, and the truth is starting to come out.
And you spoke to Hillary yesterday. There was an accusation that there was a screaming match?
It was an accusation, Jesse. It definitely, Secretary Clinton definitely lost her cool.
What happened?
Representative Mace was pushing her. I think the question was something along the lines of her basically not doing anything regarding the trafficking, or it got into a pretty heated exchange. And the secretary did lose her cool, and they were yelling at each other. And then she kind of realized that I think it was being recorded and kind of collected herself again. But that was not an exaggeration by Representative Mason. That will come out. And I think it was stupid for their spokespeople to deny that.
Yeah, we're going to see that video on Monday. Was Representative Mace being respectful? Was she also just getting under her skin? Like, what was the dynamic?
I think Representative Mace has taken this obviously very seriously because she is a victim herself. But I think the aspect was that Representative Mace kept trying to cut it and say, okay, we'll go to Rep. Luna now. And then Secretary Clinton was still obviously visibly upset and wanted to continue arguing. And so eventually it continued forward. But I think the whole idea that someone would give the impression, especially being that they were around an intelligence asset, and you can see that you just presented evidence of that, that they shouldn't maybe answer about whether or not they were compromised, were state secrets shared accidentally. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell specifically was, from President Clinton's own words, I think that he was more closer to her than Jeffrey. But even then, I asked the same conversation and questions in that what was she specifically asking for? And so it's in my professional opinion that they were both targeted, as well as other people as well.
Wow. And that's now the focus of this congressional investigation, that this was a counterintelligence failure by the FBI and our intelligence agencies, and it never should have happened?
Correct.
Okay.
But I would also go a step further and say that I have asked the CIA on whether or not there was any records on Jeffrey Epstein. They didn't have any. But you made a great point in pointing out that there was a hack, and I do also believe it was Fox News last year that reported when I received word that there was evidence destruction under the former deputy director of the FBI pertaining to Jeffrey Epstein files. And so I don't know if we'll ever have the full files. President Clinton also, too, went a step further today and say that he doesn't necessarily it was something along the lines of he doesn't necessarily believe that there's a cover-up happening at the Department of Justice, but because of just everything surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, that we need to basically put this all out there for the American people to make note of, but then also continue a path forward in finding out how we can get justice for the victims. And that's why I've stated that we have to depose the co-conspirators.
Good.
Reports from Capitol Hill indicate there was a heated exchange during questioning, one that insiders say was not exaggerated and not manufactured. According to Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, this wasn't political theater. It was a moment where pressure finally met resistance. The questioning centered on accountability, transparency, and failures related to human trafficking oversight, issues that deserve serious answers, not dismissive reactions. Representative Mace, who has spoken publicly about being a survivor herself, reportedly approached the topic with gravity and focus. When she attempted to move the proceedings forward, tensions escalated rather than cooled. Here's what stands out to me as a patriot who believes in constitutional accountability. When leaders lose composure under basic questioning, it raises legitimate concerns, not conspiracies, not smear campaigns, concerns about transparency and fitness for public trust. This discussion then broadened into the ongoing congressional investigation involving Jeffrey Epstein, including intelligence and law enforcement failures that, by all accounts, never should have happened in a functioning republic. Rep. Luna stated that agencies such as the FBI and CIA have indicated they no longer possess certain records related to Epstein. That alone should concern every American, regardless of party. We're also hearing renewed calls for transparency from Bill Clinton, acknowledging that public trust requires facts, not denials, not silence. From a conservative standpoint, this isn't about personalities. It's about equal accountability under the law. No protected class, no political immunity. Just truth, oversight, and justice for victims. That is not radical. That is American. The real question is this: will the system finally investigate itself honestly, or will Americans once again be told to look the other way? If you care about transparency, the Constitution, and a government that answers to the people, stay with this channel. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it, because the more informed patriots there are, the harder it becomes to bury the truth. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.